Here we go. So this section is the section is called Teaching for Truth. Well, the chapter is called Teaching for Truth, but this section is called the Test of Truth. The Test of Truth. Right? So I want to show you. There are so many highlights in this section that I don't even know where to start. So I always follow my intuition. So let's go. I'm going to start with this. Let's go. We'll start at the beginning. There's a lot here, but we're not going to do it all for sure. All right. So listen to this. This is the very beginning. Yet the essential thing is learning that you do not know. This is a concept that all of us can relate to, or you understand. The essential thing is to learn that you do not know. That you do not know. When we are in a place where we're always trying to know, and I gotta know, and when I know, there's nothing wrong with knowing at all. But from a spiritual perspective, from the Course in Miracles point of view, many times the only thing that wants to know is the ego or the separated self. The ego wants to know. It's got to figure it out. It's got to know. It's got to know. But it's essential that you come to the place where, I don't know. You've heard it before if you've been around this kind of work for a while. Really, to get comfortable with not knowing. To get comfortable with not knowing. Because it's only the egoic mind, the separated self, the perceptual self that needs to know anything. Because you don't need to know anything, because the truth is the truth is the truth. It's always there. It's never going away. This is the way it is. All right? Okay. So yeah, the essential thing is learning that you do not know. Right? Everything you have taught yourself has made your power more and more obscure to you. That is a big line. Let me say it again. Everything you have taught yourself has made your power more and more obscure to you. Everything you have taught yourself has made your power more and more obscure to you. That's intense. That's intense. Remember, in A Course in Miracles, it would say the thinking of God is 180 degrees away from the thinking of man. So, like I said before, the egoic separated self is always like, I need to know, I need to know, I need to know. I have to. But all that's really doing, there's nothing wrong with any of this. Remember, this is a psychological mind training. And what he's trying to help you to do here is to understand how the separated self or the ego works. So the ego is going to teach itself, they'll do this, I'll be this, I'll be this, I'll be this, then I'll be there, and I'll do that, and I'll do that, and I'll do that, and then I'll be there, and then I will blah, 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 blah. What he's saying in this sentence is that the identification with all the things that you have taught yourself is keeping yourself, the truth of who you are. Remember earlier I said that basically what it's trying to do is trying to help you to remember the truth of who you are. It's keeping that enshrouded. It's keeping that seemingly far away, because the ego is constantly creating another character, another layer, another layer, another layer, another layer. When nothing needs to be learned, nothing needs to be done. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing has to change at all. At all. So when he says everything you have taught yourself has made your power more and more obscure to you. So your power, it's a big word, right? Power is a big word. I would venture to say that most people are on a spiritual path because they believe they have lost their power. They believe, I teach this all the time to my students, everything is about power. Everything is about power. You're either losing power, you're gaining power. You're doing something to get power, or you've done something to leak power. Where are you leaking power? Where are you gaining power? First of all, you can't really leak it. But so everything is about power. Everything's about power. So you feel weak, so you feel like, oh, I'll do this and that will bring me power. And then I'll do this and it will bring me power. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Because the premise of that is that you don't already have the power. You don't have the power. Of course, I'm thinking of the song, I got the power. Anyway, so take a deep breath, everybody. All right. Let's see. Philomena says distraction. Nicole says all I know is I know nothing. Yeah. So we create this character. Because the other part of the character has made us believe that we don't have any power. That's bullshit. You can't not have power. If you are here in this moment right now, and if you can walk away with one thing today, you can't lose your power. Someone out there going, this fucking guy doesn't know what I'm doing. The ego can always lose power. The ego never had any power to begin with. The character can lose power, right? The character loses power all the time, or it thinks it loses power, but the character never had any power anyway, so it doesn't even fucking matter. So you cannot lose power. You know how I know you can't lose power? Because you're here. You have a consciousness. There's an awareness going on right now. You might never have seen me before. You might not know who the hell I am. But there's some dude that you're looking at and you're having an interaction with me right now. That is power. That's power. Not the way the world's going to tell you it's power, but it's the true power. Because there's nothing else to be. There's nowhere else to go. But the ego goes, oh, that's so boring. I don't like that. I gotta go do something. Nothing's wrong with any of that. But that's the truth. You cannot ever lose power. You are power because you have awareness, you have consciousness, and that is power. It comes down to a very, very, very simple thing, and it's so obvious. The breath that you are breathing right now, even before the breath, proves that there is a flow of power going on. You might be depressed, but you have power. You might be angry, but you have power. You might be in a shitty relationship, but you have power. You might have lost all your money, but you have power. Take a deep breath. Okay, comments or questions? Let's look over here. Steve says somebody can take it away. Somebody can take your power away? How is that? Nicole gives a flower. Thank you. No one can take your power away. Even if they murder you, they cannot take your power away. Well, they can force you and they can bully you, but they're not going to take your power away. You might believe that they take your power away. You might feel like they take your power away. That is true. For sure. No doubt about it. But it's the character that feels that way. In truth, the power doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. It's always there. It's always here. It's always there. Now, some people are going to listen to me and listen to this concept and be like, well, then you're just denying. No, I'm not denying. I just said you can be bullied, you can be blamed, you can even be, your body can even go away, but you don't lose power because you're not a body. Philomena is trying to understand. It's okay. First of all, the character is never going to understand, but you already know what I'm talking about. Everyone here knows what I'm talking about. You, at the most primal, real, truthful level, you know it. But you don't even need to know, because the only thing that needs to know is the ego that wants to know. But you don't need to know, because it's kind of like, I use that example all the time. It's like trying to convince yourself, I have a hand, I have a hand, I have a hand. You have a hand. You don't need to convince yourself you have a hand. You have a hand. Okay, take a deep breath again. Okay. Should we read another line? That's a good line. Let me read that line again. Everything you have taught yourself has made your power more and more obscure to you. That's it. Stop trying to understand. You don't know. You know, one of the most powerful things, I've been a teacher for many, 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 many years. And I was taught very early a pedagogy that helped me so much. And that pedagogy said, really, this is how I was trained as a teacher, is that you don't know nothing. You're not there to give out information. You are not there to give out information, because someone that you are working with could know more than you, right? And to understand, you're like, well, I don't know. Well, maybe I don't know. But I'm here to facilitate a conversation. I'm here to, what I say, I'm a facilitator of conversations. I'm here to facilitate a conversation. I don't need to know anything. I don't need to know nothing. I'm just here to facilitate a conversation. That's all I'm here to do. And that is so powerful when you're a teacher. You look at teachers, good teachers, and I'm a pretty damn good teacher. Good teachers, they are not in a soapbox saying, I have knowledge and I will deem it to you. No, it's a collaboration. And what they don't know, they say they don't know. You don't know? Humbleness. Philomena says, I got it with the analogy of the hand. Fantastic. It just is. Very good. That's why I use that all the time now.